All right, guys, I got a delicious treat for you guys. Welcome back to Top Garage. And this is my 2018 CTS-V fully built, the most built one that I could find. Now, this is the car that I had hopes and dreams upon shooting to the stars with, okay? So what you see is a 2018 CTS-V that has a LME 416 short block Frankenstein heads, Kong Export Magnuson 2650, Crawford Holley port injection, so it's running a Holley standalone system for the port injection. We got a 4 triple pump fuel system in the back, Nick Williams 120 millimeter throttle body in the front, big gulp intake. This thing is absolutely ripping. On a nice conservative street daily driver tune, it made 1,062 to the wheel. Comment giveaway if you think we should give away the CTS-V. So what we have to do today, guys, is we have to give this car a proper and full detail. I've actually never detailed the car. So looking inside, underneath of the front floor mats was the plastic liners that where, you know, the dealership that I'm affiliated with, where we got it through, they put these plastic sticky liners down underneath the floor liners, underneath the floor mats to keep the carpet looking fresh. Those are actually still in the car from when I purchased the car several years ago. So I've only washed the car a handful of times, and today's the day we're finally going to give this thing a proper detail and get it looking absolutely mint, because we have to get this thing back to looking good so I can be excited about it. It's been tucked away, forgotten in the home garage, and it has collected a fair amount of dust. I do drive the car maybe once or twice a week just to keep the E85, because yes, it is on full E85, just to keep some fresh E85 flowing, and I always top it off. So yes, those are the bulk of the mods. This thing is an absolute street monster. It is like the street king. Okay, so daily driver, like in the terms of street car, this thing is epic. It's 4-door. It's set up for a 15-inch wheel in the rear. It has the Carlisle rear 15-inch kit. I do not have a 15-inch rear on the car. I'm running the factory with a Mickey Thompson Street Strip SS tire on the back. SS, you know that street strip, what's that called? Mickey? Hello, Mickey? It is the factory carbon package with the Recaro seats. This car is absolutely insane, and it deserves better. So the paint-wise on this car, it's actually really, really nice. I never ceramic coated or did any type of coating on this car, but the water sheets and beads pretty good, where there's definitely some type of something on here, whether it was a quick detailer. I don't think it was an actual full-on ceramic. It might have been one of those quick, you know, hybrid ceramic deals, just the way the paint's coming, or the water's coming off the paint. But looking at the paint, I got these lights in here set up pretty good, where you can see paint wise if you're working with a lot of swirls or scratches or defects. And this thing is very, very clean. I've never polished it. I've only washed the car, you know, a handful of times, but you know, paint wise, the car is spectacular. I'm not even gonna need to do any type of like machine work on this thing, such as like a compound or a polish. You know, we're just gonna shine it up, give it a good wash, and you know, it's looking really, really good. There is some rubber on the back. You know, I did take this car to the Flashlight Drags, which is just an 1/8 mile no prep deal, where they shut down an airstrip, and it's an absolute blast there. You know, even just running 1/8 mile from a stop, no roll starts or nothing. So we got a little rubber on the back. But quick note on my rambling. This car would be an absolute contender in a roll racing class. The way the tune is ramped in, the tune ramps in very easy for, you know, I mean, the torque on this thing's crazy. So the tune ramp, the power curve into max power is very easy. So that's why this thing would be an epic roll race car. I never roll raced it. Should we take this thing to a roll race event? I mean, it would be a contender. It's got an Innovators West lower pulley, billet LME front cover, K-Tech Valley cover. I got two CCV ports coming into a Motion Raceworks catch can. The center port coming out of the Valley is blocked with the Mighty Mouse block kit, so it huffs out some crankcase gas with running E85 in the whole spiel. So I did fire up the steam cleaner and steam cleaned the engine bay. I'm not going to get in here and spray the pressure washer under this thing just because there's a lot going on here electrical wise. You know, you have your additional injectors for the port injection, the harness for the Hawley system. There's a lot of wires and stuff going everywhere, which I am not going to pressure wash this thing. And it does have a inner chiller that is hooked up to the AC system. So if you're unfamiliar with that, the coolant for the blower runs through the inner chiller kit. There's a big can that mounts in the driver's side air intake where the blower rads would sit, and it makes the coolant for the supercharger ice cold. I'm talking like literally ice cold. But honestly, the car's about a 9 out of 10. There is one paint chip on the bumper. Let me see if I can find it. Right here. And there's one chip in the driver's side wheel. So there's a chip in the bumper and a chip in the driver's side wheel. I don't know if we're going to get to correcting those today, but if you take a look on the inside, this inside was honestly fairly clean. All I did was blow it out with air real heavy, you know, just your typical standard detail situation. I blew out everything with air and then blew out the mats with air, gave it a quick vacuum, put some nice lines in the Alcantara. We're getting fancy. And did a little suds action on everywhere you would touch, meaning leaving oils from your skin. So believe it or not, the low mileage that this car has, there was quite a bit of oil buildup on the center console, on the side of the seats, and on the steering wheel. Also on the gear selector. So I hit those with the Griot's Garage interior cleaner and a brush. You get them sudsed up and then you wipe them off and you are looking pretty good. But the interior came out as to be expected. The interior is literally a 9 out of 10, and I only got to give it a 9 out of 10 because the side of the seat is a little like kind of rolled, and the leather is creased just a tiny bit. So that's the only reason why it knocks to a 9 out of 10. Other than that, everything is spectacular inside of this Cadillac. You can see the carbon pack. We got the sunroof, the pano roof. We got Alcantara headliner, the Recaros. This thing is an absolute freaking amazing car. It handles and drives as to be expected for a CTS-V. Power plant, that's what you're looking at right there. So Frankenstein heads, like I said in the beginning of the video. LME short block. Nick Williams 120 millimeter throttle body. The Kong export snout match. The blower's been Kong exported also. Regulator coming off the 4 triple pump system in the back. We have 2 high PSI port plates. They are the Stealth port plates. So they fit real nice under the Magnuson 2650. This car is just an absolute beast. We got stainless works headers back to an X pipe into the factory muffler. And believe it or not, it sounds absolutely epic. There is a BTR Stage 2 cam with the bigger injection pump fuel lobe. I think it's like a 30% bigger fuel lobe. So it has a very nice chop. Well, the time has come. The CTS-V has been restored to all of its glory. Under the hood is spectacular. Look at the plastic, just a nice little bit of shine. Underneath, like the actual underhood, all the carbon has been done. The cowl has been done. Wheels, tires, fender wells, rockers, doors, windows, glass. Everything has been restored to all of its glory. There ain't a speck of dust, a crumb, a scratch, nothing on the car. And it has me very, very excited. Alcantara on the back of the seats. I mean, this thing is just unbelievable. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get a brush, put some nice lines in the back of those seats, you know, like the detail stripes, like you're cutting your grass. But all the door jambs inside, everything, all the skin oils have been removed. All the rubber from the flashlight drags gone. Underneath of the rear carbon splitter, you want to call that a splitter? Underneath of there was just caked with rubber, all gone. Carbon spoiler is looking prime. Coming in the driver's side, the center console, the seats, the carpet, cracks, crevices, no more French fries, door jambs. I mean, she is in the best shape that honestly she's ever been in. I mean, I touched every square inch of this car. The trunk lid, fender liners, calipers. Everything is back to spectacular form. In the car, you know, you really get a good sense of a car on what kind of condition it's in whenever you do a heavy detail. And I'm telling you guys, this car is 9 out of 10. Time to pull it out. I think it's going to rain though, and I am not driving this car in the rain after all of that. So guys, I'm at a little bit of a crossroads with the rig here. The car is so cool. I wanted to do something cool with the car, but I'm ready to move on to a new build. Okay, so what I mean is I feel like it'd be kind of lame to just sell the car. In a perfect world, this would be an epic giveaway car. I mean, this is a very serious car that kind of gives it that special wow factor of a giveaway. It's not just like your basic CTS-V. I mean, it's fully modified. A ton of money has went into this car to get it to where it's at currently. Like, you couldn't build it for anything close to what I would sell it for. But I don't know. This is real talk. Like, I think I'm nervous to do a giveaway. I don't have nearly enough traction on social media such as YouTube, Instagram, TikTok to really organically promote a giveaway. I would lean heavily on paid ads to do so, to get this out there in front of people. Not that I would even look to make really any money on the giveaway itself. Obviously that would be cool, but you know, just to do something cooler than sell the car. But I don't know. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go take some pictures of this thing, and I'm gonna list it for sale on like Marketplace, which is gonna be brutal. Possibly Streetcar Market. This would be a great car for Streetcar Market. I cruised through there the other day, yesterday, and there isn't any built CTS-Vs currently on there for sale. And I'm also going to list it on the dealership's website page, Auto Estates. So the car will be listed for sale. If a serious buyer comes comes through. I mean, maybe we'll just sell it, or if I get the courage and the risk, I get over the risk, maybe we'll give it away. I don't know. But anyways, we're going to my picture spot now that I use to picture really anything cool that I'm selling. It's kind of like that warehouse background vibe. I don't know. I think that looks pretty cool in the terms of for sale pictures, rather than just at the old dumpy shop. Oh, there's a huge bump there. But this car, it daily drives so nice. Like you could totally daily drive this thing. You just gotta run E85. I mean, you can do a flex fuel situation in it, meaning, you know, you can run pump gas or E85. I just run E85 at all times, just because I don't drive it that much. So I don't know, I'm rambling now. I'm probably lost you guys in the video, but we're gonna go take some pictures, and then we'll show you what the pictures look like here in a second. All right, here's the spot. Check out the spot. From washing it, there was a little bit of rust residue on the rotor, and that all came off and is now on the wheel. Lovely. I mean, she is one spectacular machine, and I feel like just selling it is a freaking bummer. That's just the lame way to send her off. I mean, she is perfect. She is dialed. It would be a smoking giveaway car. See the 15-inch setup for the rear. Carlisle kit, so it has different control arms. Obviously the rotor, caliper. I put paper down because I don't have any like detailing, like dealership mat things, whatever you call them. I put paper down and the wind's blowing it. But man, is this thing nice. This is such a nice car. I can't even get over it. All right, well, we just made it back to the shop. All I got to do now is wipe off that dust that got on the rotors. So the car will be officially listed for sale. It's just, I don't know, it's such a cool car. It's honestly, it's hard for me to let it go. That's why I feel like doing a giveaway would be a little cooler, and it would be a lot more fun to do. It's just very scary. So I'll probably put the link to the official like description or the listing in the description of this video. So check it out if you guys, you know, might be interested in the car, or if you think we should give it away, comment giveaway. Comment giveaway if you think we should give away the CTS-V. I mean, she's in the best shape she's ever been in. It's absolutely dialed, and it is clean as can be. But anyways, thank you guys for tuning in today. I will catch you on the next one.